today, but we'll do a bed of kind of extraneous. We got pecan, hickory, and some cherry left over. I'm gonna soak them in Coors Light for a little bit and then put them in here with some oak. Got this lit, gonna let it heat up just a little bit, and then put our water bath in there and the meat. And our beer soaked wood chip mixture. And there's bed here. And this is the good stuff. Usually have a backup one too that I'll put together because we're using a vertical propane smoker today. This thing works great. All right, getting ready to put this slab of beef in the smoker. We're at about 225 degrees, 250 degrees. A little different than what it says on the thermometer, but we're smoking and we're ready. Got the probe thermometer placed. Now I'm gonna attempt to manhandle this thing into the smoker. Oh yeah. Okay, this is done. You wait till the beans split in half pretty easily. On a spoon, you just take one and kind of press it. If it breaks into two pieces pretty easily, it's ready to strain. Go to the next. Okay, so I strained out the beans here and took out the herbs, and those are just sitting here for now. And then I got bacon that I'm going to render, then jalapeno and bell pepper that's chopped, as well as yellow onion, half of the yellow onion, and 3 cloves of garlic that are minced garlic. All right, and start adding the ingredients. So rendering the bacon, I'm going to add the garlic now. This is smelling delicious. So as soon as we render all the fat off of this, or render down a little bit more, I'm going to add the onion and pepper mix. Okay. Now we're going to add the pepper onion mix, and then I'm going to take a nice size handful of my barbecue seasoning and throw it in too. Okay, here's about 2 tablespoons of barbecue rub. It up. Once this stuff softens up a little bit, I'm going to add kind of a mixture of yellow mustard and honey from our backyard. I think I'll use this fall honey from last year. I'm going to mix that up and do about a 1/4 cup, just half and half, and toss that in with some Worcestershire. There's a semi kind of mix of yellow mustard and some of our honey from the backyard. I'm going to mix it in here. I've added the mustard. You can see the mustard and honey in there. Mix it up real good. It smells so good. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire. Now we're going to add these beans back to the pot. Give it just a bit of stir. Now I'm going to add a quart of beef stock. It should come just to the top of the beans. And we'll bring this to a boil simmer and then put it on the smoker underneath the brisket. Give it a little stir. Fish out that garlic. Okay. Crank the heat. Bring it up to a little boil before we put it on the smoker. This glorious mix of flavor is almost ready for the smoker. It smells so good. So things are looking pretty good. I just put the beans in under the fattiest part of the meat, so we'll catch a lot of the drippings in the beans as it continues to cook over post oak. Yummy. Okay. Spritzing it with some water periodically help build some bark on this thing. All right, update. My phone died, so I ended up losing the data from my what have you. That's how crappy. Well, this thing works good. It just sucks when you lose contact, that you lose your data for the cook. So I know I'm 5 hours in, and we're pretty much in the stall area. 154. It's kind of sitting in the stall. But everything's looking pretty good. Let's take a gander here. I put some new wood. Every couple hours I have to put some new wood in there. Recently put new wood in there. I've been refilling the water and we're building some bark. The beans I tasted, they're very good. Yeah. Happy Independence Day. There's still a bunch of fat dripping, so I didn't want to pull it yet. So much fat dripping into this. So we're gonna let it ride. Okay, so I think I'm going to bring the beans in now and leave the meat to continue cooking while it's in the stall. I don't want to get the beans too dry. I'll bring them in and probably reduce them a little bit on the stove until they get nice and creamy, and then I will refrigerate them until tomorrow. All right, I am going to bring the beans in this time. Even though it's still dripping fat, I don't want to get too much of the water and everything cooked off, so here we go. I'll bring it in and kind of reduce it and stir it a little bit inside. And then cool it until tomorrow. Just came in from outside and they look great. I'm going to give them some stirring. Just kind of reducing it down, looking for a kind of a creamy, velvety kind of consistency. The beans are finished inside now, and this thing's developing some serious bark on it out here. Can't wait to wrap it. Can't wait to eat it. About to wrap it. Wrap it up. All right, we're gonna wrap this up in some butcher paper, throw in the oven actually. Save on propane, etc. It's not gonna pick up any more smoke, so here we go. We got this wrapped up. Here we go. I'm gonna put it in this pan. The biggest thing I got for this 14-pound son of a bitch. Here we go. We definitely got some meat. Oh yeah.